It's the 22nd of January. The transfer window has been open 3 weeks. And Tottenham have got yet again more injuries. They are dropping like flies. Something needs to be investigated now because the amount of injuries we have had, 17 different hamstring injuries since the start of last season. That's more than any other team in the Premier League and by a long way. This season now, our entire back line has been injured at one point other than Pedro Porro. Our entire midfield now has been injured at some point during this season. It's absolutely obscene. It is obscene what we are witnessing. Players dropping like flies. We've got an update with regards to Tyler Dibling, and Bissouma and Sarr are both set to miss the Hoffenheim and the Leicester game at the weekend. I don't know what our midfield looks like. No Bentancur, no Bissouma, no Sarr. What is probably going to be Bergvall, Maddison, and Kulusevski? We lose the ball. Finished. Finished on the counter-attack. Make sure you go down and drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. Something like 92% of you that watch the Tottenham content are not subscribed to the channel. We just hit 41k, so we're 9,000 now away from that big 50k. So if you could subscribe, let me know your thoughts down below. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Yet again, I'm just not happy with this football club. How has the transfer window been open 3 weeks, and the only bit of reinforcement we have brought in, right, is a goalkeeper called Kingsky, who, let's be honest, give it a month or so when Vicario's back, is going to sit on the bench. Sky Sports and Florian Plettenberg have linked us to Tyler Dibling. We'll get to that in a minute, but we've got to talk about these injuries because it's absolutely obscene. Mickey van der Ven, who is supposed to be back early January, is now not going to resume training until the start of next week. So by the time he's up to match fitness, it's probably going to be 2 to 3 weeks' time. So we're looking at close to mid-February. What is our injury team doing? What is our injury department doing? They're just sitting there on their hands and knees, twiddling their thumbs. Yeah. Another day at work. Yeah. No worries. Like, what are we fucking doing? Romero is supposed to be back early January. He's not back now till mid-Feb as well. You know, Paul O'Keefe, one of the most reliable Tottenham ITKs out there. Now, Papa Matasar, and you guessed it. Guess what it is? Guess what it is? Another injury. Papa Sarr had to pull out of training today. The extent of the issue is yet unknown, and you'll speak about it later in his press conference. And what is Daniel Levy doing? What is Daniel Levy doing? Absolutely nothing. Transfer window has been open 22 days in a market where it's tough to sign players. Yet, City are going out there and dropping close to £150 million this January window. Aston Villa have bought in Daniel Malum. West Ham have bidded 55 million for John Duran. Arsenal are trying to bid for Sesko and Cunha. Chelsea are looking at Gahey. And we spent 10 million on a goalkeeper that probably won't be starting next month. Yeah, no worries. You know, Spurs are amongst the clubs interested in Matthias Cunha. Nottingham Forest have identified the player as a top target. Nottingham Forest have got more ambition than Spurs so far. They're apparently going to set a club record bid for Matthias Cunha. I'm not necessarily saying that Cunha is the 100% going to be joining Nottingham Forest, but at least show some intent, at least show some ambition. Nottingham Forest were nearly relegated 2 years ago. Just about stayed up. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that we are sitting here, you know, and guess what? Guess what? Paul O'Keefe put this out yesterday. Bissouma has a slight hamstring strain. So that's Udogie has had 3 hamstring injuries since signing to this football club. Van der Ven's had 2. Romero's had 3. Bissouma, Sarr's injured. Maddison's done his hamstring before. Richarlison's done his hamstring. Is it at a point now where we genuinely might be doing something wrong in training? The amount of injury, and you could talk, oh yeah, but look at the fixtures, look at the amount of games. Have Manchester City had this many hamstring injuries over the last 4 or 5 years? Could you say it's potentially something to do with the tactics? Having our players constantly sprint back when we lose the ball. Playing with such a high intensity every single game during the training session as well. You know, in terms of Tyler Dibling, come out yesterday that Spurs are interested. Tottenham are one of the many clubs that are interested in teenagers at Tyler Dibling. So that would mean, in terms of our front line, in terms of teenagers, we would have Min. Is it Min Hak Young, the new South Korean player we've just brought? We'd also have Mikey Moore, who's 17. We'd also have Obert when he comes back from injury as well, which of course is another hamstring injury. I just don't see, like, as much as he is a good player, as much as he can tear through fullbacks, I just don't think right now it's the priority. I'll be honest with you. I take him, but I don't think it's the priority. I think we need to bring in a midfielder and a couple of defenders. We need a fullback that can play both sides. You know, and Southampton will not entertain offers less than £55 million for Tottenham from Tottenham target Tyler Dibling. Well, that's fair to say that I think he will not be joining Tottenham, because we are not going to pay £55 million in January when it's a quote unquote hard market for Tyler Dibling. And we got some tough games coming up. Once we get the Leicester game out of the way, we've got Brentford, Liverpool, Villa, Man United. And if these injuries continue and this manager doesn't pick up some wins soon, we're going to be talking about a relegation battle. Okay, I said it the other day and everyone was laughing at me. Oh, Henry, you're too negative. Henry's not a Tottenham fan. After that Leicester game, we play. Look at the fixtures. Look at the fixtures we've got coming up. And so far, we have signed absolutely no one. Absolutely no one. Leicester and Elfsborg and Hoffenheim should be 3 wins. After that, we play Brentford away, Liverpool away, Villa away, Man United at home, Ipswich away, City, Bournemouth, Fulham, Chelsea, Wolves away. It is going to be an incredibly difficult run after that Elfsborg and Leicester game. And so far, we have signed absolutely no one. And we are sitting here right now on the 22nd of January with what? 9 days left of this month. We got 13 days left of the transfer window. And we're not doing anything. Like Tyler Dibling, he's a good player. But what are we doing right now? What are we doing? We've got players dropping like flies, and Daniel Levy and co haven't done anything about it. You know, if they want to pack Ange Postecoglou and they want him to be the manager, fine. But at least give him some more players. I don't want the manager here, but Jesus, you can see how many injuries we've got. The team that played against Everton right now, this team is going to be without Sarr and without Bissouma. I don't know what our midfield pairing is going to be. Genuinely, I don't. No central midfielder on the bench. Are we going to have to drop Kulusevski into the 8 role? Is that what we're saying here? Are we going to have to put Kulusevski in an 8? Maddison in the 10 and Bergvall as a 6? Then our up front's going to be what? Son, Solanke and Richarlison? It's madness. Absolute madness that we're sitting here and we've signed no one. But, you know, it's January. It's a hard market. Yeah, another excuse. Another excuse from this fan base. You know, Alistair Gold has put a quote out from Pedro Porro talking about how many minutes he's played this season. He's probably the next one on the list to get injured. Let's just be fair. The amount of minutes and games he's played without a rest, he's probably next. Pedro Porro on being amongst the Spurs players with the most minutes. It's okay because I work with the physio in the gym. The people outside don't understand from this situation. They say, Pedro, you have to rest. You haven't rested. For me and Decky, you have played lots of minutes this season. This is normal. This is football, too many games, but I'm ready. If the gaffer asks, are you ready? I say, yeah, no problem. Everything for the team and for the fans of the club, it's the most important thing for me. Yeah. And it is until you get a career-ending injury. Let me know your thoughts down below. This football club, man, this football club at times is absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.